Hi, this is Patricia Sunshine.
And this is Okolo.
Today I wanted to talk about, I introduced to Okolo a topic that is of concern to me. Both of us are in the insurance business, like we mentioned before. And I wanted to talk about the need or the necessity for couples who are in long-term relationships to have life insurance, or to at least to start considering the opportunity to get it. And we wanted to discuss some of the reasons why we think it's necessary. And maybe you could join in the discussion and tell us whether or not you think that this makes sense, or if it's something that you would be interested in doing.
Yeah, the first thing to have to realize is if finances are in any way, shape, or form combined, or if you rely on each other in any way, shape, or form for monetary reasons, that means that there's a need for life insurance. So in the insurance business, in the technical term, we call it insurable interest. What that means is, in the most simplest of terms, if somebody were to have a detrimental effect from the passing of another person, then there's a need for life insurance. So if there's any kind of mixing of finances at all, whether that be sharing expenses, sharing rent, child care, if you have a child together, all of those are reasons.
Okay, I agree. And that was actually one of mine. We decided to individually jot down a few reasons why.
That's why I went first.
Yeah, I thought we would come up with different things, but some of them are common sense. I mean, to people who are in the insurance industry, or, and so I think it is kind of likely that we would have some of the same things written down even without discussing them. But another thing is, I think we sort of think alike too. Okay, so one of the things that I thought about was whether or not you are in a joint business venture together. So, if you've started doing business together and you have like inventory, or if that person that you're in a long-term romantic relationship with were to pass away, would you be able to sustain the business on your own with whatever is currently coming in, like, or would it cause you to lose the business?
Right, and that's actually an excellent point. There's an entire area of business life insurance that is equally relevant if that business partner of yours happens to be also your life partner.
Right.
So things like whether it be buy-sell agreements or key man policies are sort of some of the technical terms, but those are things that could definitely be relevant inside of a relationship if you're in business together.
Yeah, and I realize this can be a touchy topic because a lot of people might feel like, getting life insurance, or naming a boyfriend or a girlfriend as a beneficiary on a life insurance policy might not make sense, or it might be getting in a little too deep. Or some people that I know have reserves about getting life insurance, period, because of the thought, like, of fear. They're afraid that, like, what if their love interest tries to kill them? I mean, I'm just serious. I know.
I say those people are watching too much TV, but
Yeah, I'm like, how many people are really going to try, like, what's the percentage, what's the number of people who are willing to risk everything just for however much, a couple of $100,000? Like, come on now. But one of the other reasons to get life insurance, I thought, was, if you love someone, if you've planned things, like you had joint goals, or like trips that you planned together, whether you're paying on those trips or not. But just like, if you've talked about lifelong dreams and goals with that person, and I think that if if you were planning on taking these trips together and making it a major part of your relationship, I think it's an insurable interest. Like, you don't want to change all of your plans just because uh, you lost the love of your life. I think you could actually take the trip in the love of your life's name. So I think it's kind of sentimental, but it's also financial. It makes sense. Like, why should all your hopes and dreams and goals together go down the drain because, like, it's hard enough that you lost that person, you know?
Right, and that does take a certain degree of selflessness. But, you know, I would hope that most people would want to leave their family members and loved ones better off
Right.
and not in a worse position if something were to happen to them. Another really big important thing to consider is what if your partner were to become sick or ill and were unable to work because of that illness? There's, you know, the type of life insurance that we sell has living benefits. So that means if the person becomes critically, chronically, or terminally ill, there actually would be an advance on a lot of the
Right.
there would be an advance on a good amount of the insurance that's available.
Right.
The number one reason why people go into bankruptcy in America is because of medical bills. So if somebody were to get sick, health insurance doesn't pay everything, but if you can get an advance on your life insurance, that can really be a great benefit.
That's right. And Okola and I, we've been involved with FEG, Freedom Equity Group, together for maybe a year, almost a year. And I used to be licensed with Primerica, but now I'm living in a different state. And so I just studied for and passed my test for the Massachusetts producer's license. And I'm about to go ahead and, you know, make that official and get my license. But we have a group for couples, and I didn't tell Okola about the extended name, but we were going to be recognized as elite couples. And so this morning I thought about elite couples for life insurance. What do you think about that?
I like that. I like that.
Yes. So, okay.
I like that.
Yeah. All right. That's all I had on my list for today. But so just to reiterate, just in case the topic of the video was lost in the conversation, I wanted to bring forth a discussion about whether or not you feel it's important for couples that are not married to have life insurance policies where they name one another as the beneficiary.
The other thing I'll just quickly add, and this is an obvious one, but is not the case in our situation, is if they have, children together.
Yeah.
Certainly you would want your children to be taken care of.
Right.
And then in many relationships, like in ours, those children are as if they're mine.
Right.
So would certainly want them to be taken care of as well in the case something were to happen.
Right. And also, like, if someone is pregnant, if you are pregnant jointly
Right.
in the relationship,